At sunrise, Eric gently woke Mia again. She opened her eyes slowly, smiling slightly when she saw Eric's calm face. They ate quickly, sharing a small meal from Eric's supplies. Mia felt stronger today, more determined than ever. "Are we close now?" Mia asked hopefully as they exited the cave. Eric looked at the map in his hands. "Yes, if we keep moving steadily, we should reach the communication station by evening." The path ahead became easier, flatter, and more open. However, Eric knew this also made them more exposed to enemies. He walked close to Mia, carefully watching all around them. Mia stayed quiet, her trust in Eric growing with every step they took. Hours passed calmly, and they made good progress. Mia admired the beautiful scenery, the bright plants and animals she had never noticed before, even as she was cautious about the dangers around them. Then suddenly, Eric heard voices again this time loud and aggressive. He quickly signaled Mia to hide behind a large rock. As Mia hid, Eric moved forward carefully, crouching low, trying to find out who was nearby. From behind a tree, Eric saw a group of aliens in different armor from before. They seemed to be discussing something urgent. "We have to find her before the Queen does," one said angrily. "If we can capture the princess, we can force Queen Lana to surrender." Eric felt his heart race. He realized these aliens were loyalists, rebels fighting against Queen Lana. They planned to use Mia to overthrow her mother. Eric knew he had to protect Mia even more carefully now. He quietly moved back to Mia and whispered urgently, "We have to move quickly. There are rebels nearby who want to capture you." Mia's eyes widened in fear, but she nodded bravely. "I trust you, Eric." They moved swiftly through the forest, trying to avoid detection. Eric constantly checked behind them, ensuring they weren't being followed. However, the rebels soon discovered their tracks and chased them relentlessly. "They're coming," Eric said urgently, hearing footsteps close behind him. "Run, Mia!" Mia ran quickly, following Eric's guidance. But the rebels were faster, closing the distance between them. Eric turned to face them, determined to protect Mia no matter what. "Keep running, Mia!" Eric shouted fiercely. "Don't stop." Mia hesitated briefly, tears in her eyes, then obeyed. Eric turned and faced the attackers. The rebels attacked Eric fiercely, their weapons aimed to kill. Eric fought bravely, using all his strength and training. He dodged attacks, fighting back with determination. Eric defeated 2 rebels, but more kept coming. He was getting tired, yet he refused to give up. Suddenly, a loud shout echoed through the forest. Eric and the rebels stopped fighting briefly. Confused, Queen Lana's royal guards appeared, quickly surrounding the rebels. "Surrender now," their leader commanded sharply. The rebels, outnumbered and surprised, quickly gave up. Eric felt relief flood his heart as the royal guards secured the rebels. "Where's the princess?" the guard leader asked urgently. Eric turned, quickly running back to find Mia. He found her nearby, hiding and shaking with fear. When Mia saw Eric, she rushed to him, hugging him tightly. "Are you okay?" Eric asked gently, relieved to see her safe. "Yes," Mia replied tearfully. "I was so scared for you." Eric comforted her softly, reassuring her, "We're safe now. Your mother's guards are here." Together, they returned to the guards, who immediately recognized Mia. The leader bowed respectfully. "Princess Mia, we're honored to find you safe. Your mother has been searching everywhere for you." Mia smiled warmly, then turned to Eric. "This soldier protected me. He risked his life to keep me safe." The guard leader looked at Eric with admiration. "Queen Lana will be deeply grateful. She has feared for Princess Mia's life since her disappearance." Eric nodded humbly. "I was just doing my duty." The guards led Eric and Mia safely to their nearby camp. Mia stayed close to Eric, unwilling to leave his side. At the camp, the guards treated their wounds and gave them food and water. Mia seemed happier and calmer now, though. She remained near Eric, trusting him completely. Eric felt relieved and proud that he had kept his promise to protect her as night fell. Eric and Mia rested by a fire. Mia quietly spoke about her mother, Queen Lana, telling Eric more about her wise and strong leadership. "My mother will reward you greatly," Mia insisted softly, looking into the flames. Eric smiled gently. "Seeing you safe and reunited with your mother is reward enough." Mia blushed slightly, feeling warm and safe near Eric. They talked quietly, growing closer. Their bond becoming stronger with every shared moment. Eric felt a deep respect and affection for Mia, impressed by her courage and kindness. Before sleeping, Mia whispered softly, "Eric, I'm so grateful you found me. I don't know what I would have done without you." Eric smiled warmly. "I'm glad I found you too, Mia. You've shown great bravery." Mia closed her eyes, feeling peaceful and protected. Eric watched her sleep, promising himself to ensure she returned safely to Queen Lana. No matter the cost, as Eric drifted to sleep, he felt certain they were now safe and that the worst dangers were behind them. But deep down, he knew their journey wasn't over yet. There were still challenges ahead, and his mission wasn't truly complete until Mia stood safely beside her mother, Queen Lana. Eric woke Mia gently at first light. She opened her eyes slowly, blinking as she adjusted to the dim morning glow. Eric offered her a small portion of food from his pack, which Mia accepted gratefully. They ate quickly and quietly, preparing themselves for the long journey ahead. Stepping outside cautiously, Eric scanned the surroundings carefully, ensuring their path was clear. The area seemed quiet and safe enough for now. Mia stayed close to Eric as they walked along the narrow paths and through hidden trails. "How much farther do we have to go?" Mia asked softly, looking around with uncertainty. "There's a communication station several miles away," Eric replied calmly. "If we get there, we can call for help. My unit will send a rescue team to pick us up." Mia nodded, determined to trust Eric completely. As they moved forward, Eric made sure to keep his weapon ready, always prepared for trouble. Mia stayed quiet, observing the unfamiliar land with cautious curiosity. Suddenly, Eric stopped, raising a hand for Mia to remain still. He heard faint sounds in the distance, voices and footsteps approaching quickly. Eric gestured for Mia to hide behind a cluster of thick bush. She obeyed immediately, her eyes wide with fear. Eric positioned himself carefully, weapon ready. The voices grew louder, and soon a group of enemy alien warriors appeared. Their armor glistened in the early morning light, weapons drawn. They seemed to be searching for something or someone. Spread out and searched the area, their leader commanded sharply. Eric held his breath, his heart pounding rapidly. He knew they were looking for Mia. He had to protect her at all costs. As two warriors approached their hiding spot, Eric sprang into action. He surprised the warriors, knocking one down quickly. The second warrior reacted, fighting back fiercely. Eric moved swiftly, skillfully dodging blows. Mia watched from her hiding spot, hands covering her mouth, trying not to scream. Eric finally overcame the warrior, rendering him unconscious. Breathing heavily, Eric quickly grabbed Mia's hand. "We have to move now," he whispered urgently. They ran through the forest, weaving through trees and thick bush, trying to put as much distance as possible between themselves and their pursuers. Mia stumbled several times, but Eric held her hand firmly, guiding her steadily onward. Eventually, they reached a quiet clearing far away from immediate danger. Eric stopped, allowing Mia to catch her breath. She leaned against a large tree, shaking slightly from exhaustion and fear. "Are you all right?" Eric asked gently, noticing her trembling. "I'm fine," Mia said, managing a weak smile. "Thank you for protecting me." Eric nodded reassuringly. "We'll rest for a minute, then keep moving." While resting, Mia looked at Eric thoughtfully. "Why are you risking so much for me? You don't even know me." Eric hesitated slightly, then spoke sincerely. "You're innocent, and you need help. Protecting others is why I became a soldier." Besides, returning you safely to your mother could mean peace between our people. Mia nodded thoughtfully. My mother will reward you greatly. She values bravery and honor above all. Eric smiled warmly. I'm not doing this for a reward, Mia. Your safety matters most. Mia felt deeply touched by his words. She had never met anyone like Eric before, someone who cared so much without expecting anything in return. It made her feel safe, even in these dangerous circumstances. After a brief rest, they continued their journey, moving cautiously to avoid detection. The path became rougher, filled with rocks and steep slopes. Mia grew tired quickly, but she pushed herself, determined to keep going. Eric admired her courage and strength. As the day wore on, Mia began to open up more, sharing memories of her childhood. She talked about happier times with her mother and life within the royal palace. Eric listened attentively, fascinated by her stories. It sounds like a wonderful place, Eric commented softly. It was, Mia said sadly. But everything changed when I was taken. My mother searched everywhere, but the war made it difficult to find me. Eric felt deeply sympathetic. We'll get you back home, Mia. I promise. Mia looked at Eric gratefully, trusting him more completely with each passing moment. The sun slowly began to set, casting a soft glow across the landscape. They had to find a safe place to spend the night. Eric soon spotted a small cave hidden among rocks. It looked safe enough for shelter. After checking carefully, Eric nodded in satisfaction. We'll rest here tonight. They settled inside quietly, Mia curling up on the ground. Eric sat near the cave entrance, weapon close by, watching carefully for any signs of danger. Are you comfortable? Eric asked softly. Yes, Mia whispered, smiling faintly. Thank you, Eric. Eric felt relieved seeing her calmer and more relaxed. Try to sleep now. Tomorrow will be another long day. Mia closed her eyes, quickly falling into a peaceful sleep. Eric watched over her protectively, feeling a strong sense of duty. This journey was becoming far more personal than he had ever imagined. As the night deepened, Eric quietly reflected on the challenges ahead. He knew they still had far to go, and many dangers remained. But seeing Mia resting peacefully gave him renewed determination. He knew he would face anything to protect her and see her safely home. It had become more than just his mission. It had become a promise. Eric moved slowly through the dark ruins of the ancient city, careful not to make noise. His weapon was heavy in his hands, and he kept his eyes open for any movement. The battle had ended hours ago, leaving behind silence and smoke. He could hear his own heartbeat clearly. Eric was separated from his squad and needed to find a safe place quickly. He paused behind a broken wall and checked his equipment. The radio was damaged, making it impossible to call for help. Eric felt uneasy but determined to stay alive. He knew he needed to move forward, deeper into the city, hoping to find other survivors or supplies. As he advanced, Eric noticed something unusual, a soft, glowing light coming from one of the damaged buildings ahead. He hesitated, wondering if it was a trap. But curiosity pushed him forward. Eric carefully approached the entrance of the building and peeked inside. The glow was stronger, illuminating a staircase leading down to a hidden chamber below. Taking a deep breath, Eric slowly descended the stairs, keeping his weapon ready. The chamber was cool, quiet, and surprisingly clean. Strange symbols decorated the walls, shimmering gently in the low light. Eric had never seen anything like this before. Then from a corner, he heard a faint sound. It was a quiet whimper, barely audible. Eric turned quickly, pointing his weapon toward the sound. Who's there? He asked softly but firmly. Please, ... single quotes, T hurt me, came a frightened voice. It was gentle, timid, and clearly scared. Eric lowered his weapon slightly, stepping closer. I'm not going to hurt you. Show yourself. Slowly, from the shadows, emerged a young alien girl. She had soft blue skin and large, shining eyes filled with fear and uncertainty. Her delicate features and graceful appearance surprised Eric, She seemed so fragile, lost in this harsh place. "Who are you?" Eric asked, gently now, trying not to frighten her further. "My name is Mia," she replied quietly, looking at the ground. "I got separated during an attack. I hid here, hoping they wouldn't find me." Eric looked closely at her clothing. It was torn but clearly royal. Something clicked in his mind. "You're from the royal family, aren't you?" Mia nodded slowly, still avoiding eye contact. "I'm Queen, Lana's daughter. I've been missing for a long time. I was taken during a raid many years ago." Eric felt a rush of emotions. Protecting someone of royal blood could mean many things: danger, honor, even reward. But looking at Mia's fearful expression, all he cared about now was keeping her safe. "Don't worry," Eric said softly. "I'm here to help. I will get you back to your mother safely." For the first time, Mia looked directly at Eric, her eyes wide with hope. "Do you really mean it? Can you really help me?" "Yes," Eric reassured her, kneeling down to meet her gaze. "But we need to move carefully. There might still be danger out there. Stay close to me." Mia nodded quickly, clearly relieved. She stepped toward Eric, who gently placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. They climbed back up the stairs slowly, Eric carefully scanning their surroundings. Outside, the night sky was dark and quiet. But Eric remained alert. He guided Mia carefully through the ruins, avoiding open areas that could expose them to danger. Every now and then, Mia stumbled slightly, clearly exhausted and weak from her ordeal. Eric slowed down, matching her pace, ensuring she felt safe and comfortable. As they walked, Mia softly asked questions about Eric and his people. She was curious, and Eric found himself answering gently, sharing simple stories about Earth, his family, and human life. Mia listened carefully, fascinated by the tales of a world so different from hers. "Do you miss your home?" Mia asked softly. Eric paused, taking a moment before responding. "Every day," he said truthfully. "But we have a mission here, protecting others, keeping peace, helping those in need. That's why we fight." Mia looked thoughtful, then softly whispered, "You're very brave, Eric." Eric smiled kindly, touched by her sincere words. "We all have to be brave sometimes. And right now, you're being brave too." As they reached the outskirts of the city, Eric spotted a small abandoned building ahead. It looked safe enough for a short rest. "We'll rest here for a bit," Eric decided, gently guiding Mia inside. He quickly checked the building, making sure it was safe. Satisfied, he helped Mia sit down on a small bench. "Rest now. We'll continue soon." Mia sighed deeply, finally feeling safe for the first time in a long while. She leaned against the wall, her eyes slowly closing. Eric watched over her protectively, ensuring she got the rest she desperately needed. He knew their journey would be long and dangerous, but he was determined to see it through. In the quiet of the night, as Mia slept peacefully, Eric planned their next steps. They needed to find a communication station or friendly soldiers who could help arrange their extraction. Until then, he was her protector, and he would ensure nothing harmed her. The responsibility was immense, but Eric felt a deep sense of purpose. Saving Mia had become more than just a mission. It had become personal. He watched over her closely, knowing that from this moment onward their lives were forever connected. After defeating Koran and reclaiming freedom for Dralin, Emily and Alana worked tirelessly with the villagers to rebuild their land. Villages that had been damaged by war slowly came back to life. Emily organized groups to repair homes, plant crops, and restore roads, while Alana led the efforts to unite the people, healing old wounds and bringing communities together. Months passed, and Dralin slowly transformed. Peace returned, and villagers began to enjoy stability again. Emily watched Alana with growing admiration. Alana spoke wisely and compassionately, resolving disputes among villagers and guiding them with gentle strength. She had truly become a leader, respected and loved by her people. One evening, As villagers celebrated the harvest festival, Alana and Emily walked together to the festive village square. Lanterns cast warm, gentle light, laughter echoed, and music filled the air. "Look at them," Emily said warmly, smiling as she watched families celebrating happily. "You brought this back to them, Alana." Alana shook her head softly, smiling. Gently, "We did this together, Emily. Without your bravery and kindness, none of this would be possible." Emily squeezed Alana's hand gently. "You were always meant for this, Alana. Your people love and trust you." The celebration continued into the night, villagers dancing and singing joyfully. Emily and Alana joined in, feeling deeply connected to the people they had fought so hard to save. The night filled with joy and hope, signaling a bright future for DRLN. As the weeks passed, word spread about Drowlin's recovery and Alana's wise leadership. Representatives from neighboring kingdoms began arriving, eager to build alliances and friendships with Drowlin. Alana welcomed each visitor warmly, building strong bonds of trust and cooperation. One day, an important message arrived. A neighboring kingdom, known for its power and influence, invited Alana to attend a gathering of leaders to discuss peace and cooperation. Alana accepted immediately, knowing the importance of the invitation. Emily prepared carefully, ensuring the journey would be safe. They traveled with a small group of trusted companions, arriving safely in the grand hall of the neighboring kingdom. Leaders from various lands gathered, their eyes filled with curiosity and respect as they welcomed Alana. During the gathering, Alana spoke passionately about unity, peace, and mutual support among kingdoms. Leaders listened closely, impressed by her wisdom and sincerity. Emily watched proudly, seeing Alana's confidence and strength clearly. After Alana's speech, many leaders approached, eager to forge strong friendships with Drowlin. One leader, a wise woman named Nira, stepped forward warmly. "Alana, your courage and wisdom are remarkable. We would be honored to build an alliance with Drowlin." Alana smiled warmly, accepting Nira's offer gratefully. More leaders joined, quickly forming agreements for cooperation and support. The gathering ended successfully, solidifying Drowlin's future as a respected and trusted kingdom. Returning home, Alana and Emily felt pride and happiness. Their people welcomed them back joyfully, celebrating their successful mission. Drowlin flourished, strengthened by new friendships and alliances. One peaceful afternoon, Emily and Alana walked through the village gardens. Flowers bloomed vibrantly around them, reflecting the kingdom's new life. Emily paused, gently taking Alana's hands. "Alana, seeing you lead our people has been my greatest joy." "You've brought peace and hope back to Drowlin," Emily said softly. Alana smiled warmly, her eyes shining gently. "Emily, none of this would be possible without you. From the moment you rescued me, you stood by my side, always believing in me. Your friendship has given me strength." Emily nodded, emotion filling her heart. "And yours has changed my life, Alana. Whatever comes next, I'll always be here with you." Together, they continued their walk, surrounded by peace and beauty. Villagers greeted them warmly, smiles and waves reflecting genuine gratitude. Emily felt deeply connected to Drowlin, knowing she had found not just a home, but true friendship. And purpose. Days turned into weeks, and the kingdom continued to thrive. New roads connected villages, markets grew lively, and schools reopened. The people of Drowlin worked together, building a future filled with promise and unity. One bright morning, Emily and Alana visited a village at the kingdom's edge. Villagers welcomed them happily, eager to show their progress. Children played freely, laughter filling the air. Families proudly displayed their rebuilt homes and bountiful crops. As they walked, an elderly villager approached, smiling warmly. "Princess Alana, Emily, thank you for bringing our kingdom back to life. We have hope again because of your courage." Alana smiled warmly, gently placing a hand on the villager's shoulder. "It is your strength and hard work that made this possible. Together, we have rebuilt Drowlin." The villager nodded happily, eyes shining with gratitude. Emily watched, feeling pride and joy seeing how deeply Alana cared for her people. As evening approached, Emily and Alana sat together, watching the sun set gently over the peaceful land. Alana leaned softly against Emily, sighing contentedly. Our journey has been long, but worth every struggle. Drowlin is finally free and happy. Emily wrapped an arm gently around Alana, smiling warmly. And it's only the beginning. Together, we'll ensure Drowlin remains safe, strong, and filled with hope. In the gentle quiet of evening, Emily and Alana shared a peaceful moment, reflecting on their journey together. Drowlin had overcome great challenges, emerging stronger than ever before. The kingdom flourished, united by shared dreams and strengthened by their leader's courage. Emily knew their work was far from finished, but she felt confident facing the future with Alana beside her. Together, they had achieved the impossible, transforming pain and struggle into hope and joy. As stars began to fill the sky, Emily squeezed Alana's hand gently, knowing that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, united by courage, friendship, and love for the land they had saved. Following their major victory against Koran, Emily and Alana wasted no time. They quickly moved from village to village, spreading news of their triumph and rallying more Drowlins to their cause. The rebellion grew stronger each day, and with every new recruit, Emily saw confidence return to Alana's eyes. As weeks passed, Alana transformed from a quiet prisoner into a bold and respected leader. The villagers looked to her for guidance, and Alana did not disappoint. She spoke passionately of justice and freedom, inspiring even the most hesitant to join their cause. One evening, as their growing group rested near a river, Torin approached Emily with news. Our scouts found something important. Koran is building a large fortress nearby, preparing for his final stand. Emily considered the news seriously. We must act quickly before he grows stronger. Alana overheard their conversation and joined them. Her voice was calm but firm. We cannot wait. Koran expects us to hesitate. We must surprise him, strike swiftly and decisively. Emily agreed wholeheartedly. Together, they carefully planned their attack, considering every detail. Villagers trained diligently, learning to fight and defend themselves. The rebels gathered weapons and supplies, determined to bring peace back to their homeland. Days of rebels. Preparation passed swiftly. Emily and Alana spent hours strategizing and training their forces. Emily noticed Alana's determination and courage increasing daily, making her more confident their plan would succeed. Finally, the day came. Under cover of darkness, Emily led the rebels toward Koran's fortress. The night was quiet, the air thick with anticipation. As they approached, Emily carefully observed the fortress walls. Guards patrolled regularly, and she knew timing their attack perfectly was crucial. Quietly, Emily signaled the rebels into position, ensuring everyone understood their role. Alana stood beside her, strong and ready. We can do this, Emily, whispered encouragingly. Alana nodded firmly. At Emily's signal, the rebels moved swiftly and silently. They scaled the fortress walls expertly, catching Koran's soldiers by surprise. Battle erupted quickly, fierce and chaotic. Emily fought at the front, leading the charge bravely. She battled fiercely, her strength inspiring those around her. Alana fought bravely beside her, showing remarkable courage and leadership. As the battle raged, Emily caught sight of Koran fleeing deeper into the fortress. Determined, she followed him swiftly, knowing capturing him would end the fight quickly. Alana noticed Emily's pursuit and quickly followed, refusing to leave her friend alone. They chased Koran through winding corridors until they reached a large grand hall. Koran stood defiantly, his eyes filled with anger and desperation. This ends here, he shouted fiercely. You're right, Koran, Emily answered steadily. Your reign of cruelty and fear ends now. Koran lunged forward, attacking with all his strength. Emily defended skillfully, but Koran's attacks were desperate and fierce. Alana watched anxiously, searching for an opening to help Koran momentarily. Gained the upper hand, knocking Emily down. Emily's weapon fell just out of reach. Fear filled Alana, but she moved swiftly, seizing a sword from the ground and confronting Karan bravely. "Karan, your betrayal has destroyed enough lives," Alana said firmly, her voice unwavering. "You will never harm my people again." Karan laughed cruelly, lunging toward Alana. She fought bravely, her determination clear. Emily quickly recovered, rising to her feet and joining Alana in the fight. Together, they battled fiercely, overwhelming Karan with their combined strength. Finally, Karan stumbled, losing his weapon and collapsing to the ground, defeated. His eyes filled with fear and realization. Emily and Alana stood over him, victorious. "You will never hurt anyone again," Alana declared firmly. With Karan defeated, Emily and Alana quickly secured the fortress, freeing prisoners and gathering the rebels. Cheers filled the fortress, celebrating their decisive victory. Over the following days, news spread quickly. Villages across Drowland celebrated their freedom, cheering Alana and Emily as heroes. Alana spoke passionately to her people, promising peace, unity, and prosperity. Emily stood proudly by her side, supporting her every step of the way. One evening, Emily and Alana stood together on the fortress balcony, overlooking their free kingdom. Alana turned to Emily, her eyes filled with gratitude and warmth. "I could never have done this without you, Emily. You gave me strength when I had none." Emily smiled warmly, her heart filled with pride. "Your courage inspired me, Alana." "Together, we made this possible." Alana nodded softly. "Together, we will rebuild. Drowland will become strong again, guided by justice and kindness." Emily gently took Alana's hand, squeezing it reassuringly. "I will stay by your side. Always." Below them, villagers celebrated, their laughter and joy filling the night air. Emily knew their journey had been challenging, filled with hardships and struggles. But looking at Alana, seeing her strength and courage, Emily knew every moment had been worth it. The future held endless possibilities. Together, Emily and Alana were ready to face whatever came next, knowing their bond of friendship and loyalty was unbreakable. Drowland was free, their people filled with hope and promise, ready to build a new world guided by justice, courage, and unity. Emily and Alana continued to lead the resistance, their victories inspiring hope among the people. With every success, more Drowland villagers joined their cause, and the rebel forces grew stronger. One morning, Emily woke early, sensing something was different. She noticed Alana standing alone near the edge of their hidden camp, deep in thought. Emily walked quietly to her side. "Is everything all right, Alana?" she asked softly. Alana turned slowly, her expression serious. "I feel uneasy. Karan will not allow our victories to continue. He will strike soon, harder than before." Emily nodded in agreement. "We need to be ready. Let's strengthen our defenses and keep our eyes open." They quickly organized the rebels, preparing defenses and assigning patrols. Emily worked closely with Torin, training the fighters rigorously and reinforcing strategic points around their camp. Alana coordinated the villagers, ensuring they had adequate food and supplies. Days passed tensely. Scouts reported increased activity from Karan's soldiers nearby. Emily knew an attack was imminent. She constantly patrolled the perimeter, never allowing herself to rest long. The rebels trusted her leadership and followed her orders without question. Late one evening, a scout ran into camp breathlessly. "They're coming. A large force is headed our way. Karan himself leads them." Emily quickly gathered the rebels. "Prepare for battle. This fight will determine our future. Remember your courage and strength." Alana stepped forward, her voice strong and calm. "Our enemy is strong, but our spirit is stronger. Together, we fight for freedom." The rebels cheered, their confidence boosted by Alana's steady presence. Emily organized the defense swiftly, positioning fighters strategically around the camp's perimeter. The atmosphere was tense but determined. Soon, the quiet was shattered by the sound of approaching footsteps and the clanging of armor. Emily raised her hand, signaling the rebels to wait silently. Her heart beat fast, but she remained focused and calm. The enemy emerged suddenly from the darkness. Koran at the front, his armor shining coldly in the dim moonlight. His expression was fierce and cruel, eyes scanning the rebel defenses. "Surrender." "Now," Koran shouted harshly. "Your rebellion ends here." Alana stepped forward boldly, her voice clear and unwavering. "We will never surrender to a traitor. You betrayed our kingdom, imprisoned our people, and ruled through cruelty. Your reign ends tonight." Koran laughed mockingly. Brave words from a prisoner and a human soldier. "Your pathetic resistance will be crushed." With a wave of his hand, Koran's soldiers charged forward, their battle cries filling the night air. Emily shouted commands firmly, and the rebels met the attackers head-on, fighting bravely and fiercely. Emily fought skillfully, her movements precise and determined. Beside her, Alana battled courageously, inspiring others with her unwavering resolve. The rebels fought hard, driven by their belief in justice and freedom. The battle raged intensely, each side determined. Emily saw her friends fighting bravely, some falling injured but others pushing forward relentlessly. Her heart filled with pride at their courage. Suddenly, Koran himself appeared before Emily, his weapon drawn. "You've caused enough trouble, human. This ends now," he snarled. Viciously, Emily stood firmly, meeting his gaze defiantly. "Your cruelty ends tonight, Koran. We fight for freedom, and you will not defeat us." They clashed fiercely, each striking with force and skill. Emily fought with determination, driven by her deep desire to protect Alana and their people. Koran attacked ruthlessly, determined to eliminate the resistance. The fight was intense and brutal. Emily felt exhaustion begin to slow her movements, but she refused to surrender. Gathering her remaining strength, she launched a powerful strike, disarming Koran and sending him stumbling backward. Around them, the rebels pushed forward, inspired by Emily's bravery. Koran's soldiers began to retreat, their morale broken by the fierce resistance. Seeing this, Koran's eyes filled with desperation and fear. "You'll pay for this." Koran spat angrily, retreating quickly as his forces fled the battlefield. The rebels cheered triumphantly, victory clearly theirs. Emily quickly assessed the injured, helping carry them to safety. Alana moved swiftly among the rebels, comforting and praising their bravery. The next day, celebrations filled the camp. Their victory boosted morale significantly, spreading hope throughout Drowlin villages. Alana stood before the gathered rebels and villagers, her expression filled with pride and gratitude. "Your bravery has shown our people that freedom is within our reach," Alana said warmly. "Together, we will reclaim our kingdom and build a future free from tyranny and fear." Emily stood quietly at Alana's side, watching the faces of their allies glow with newfound confidence and hope. She knew their fight was not yet over, but their path was clear. As evening fell, Emily and Alana shared a quiet moment near the edge of the camp. "You fought bravely," Alana said gently, looking into Emily's eyes with deep gratitude. Emily smiled warmly. "I fought for you, Alana, for all of us. Together, we will see your people free again." Alana took Emily's hand softly. "I never imagined I'd find such strength in friendship." "You've changed my life, Emily." Emily squeezed Alana's hand gently. "You've changed mine too, Alana. I'll stay with you until our fight is won." As night settled softly around them, Emily felt renewed strength. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they faced them together, bound by trust, courage, and friendship. Their journey was far from over, but their hearts were united, ready to face whatever awaited them in their quest for freedom.